It's been a while since I've reviewed any OPPO products. In fact, the last time I did, it was about maybe 2 years ago when they launched the OPPO Enco Air 3 Pro. I did buy that myself from Amazon, and this time I have also bought the OPPO Enco Air 5 Pro from Amazon. And there was some mix-up with the delivery, the wrong product came, all this sort of stuff. So I've lost a little time with regard to getting my hands on this. But finally, the OPPO Enco Air 5 Pro has gotten to me, and I have spent some time with it over the last week. Without further ado, let's jump into the build quality and the unboxing. The unboxing of the OPPO Enco Air 5 Pro left me a little wanting because it seems to have taken a hit compared to the OPPO Enco Air 3 Pro. In fact, when I first received this product, I did suspect that it wasn't genuine because the packaging seemed a lot more affordably done because the older one did seem a lot more professional, a lot more robust. But anyway, I'm happy to say that they did send me a genuine piece. Amazon has managed to get me a good piece. And what you get in the box is the literature, and you get the small and large ear tips as well, with the mediums already attached to the earphones. Now, you don't get a charging cable, but this seems to be the latest trend. Moving on to the actual product, well, this does have a very neat pearlescent finish. This is the white pearlescent variant. There is one that comes in black. I really do like the look of this. It does have a nice feel to it as well. And like the previous generation, this does have that recessed OPPO brand with a mirror-like finish. This is something the BBK group has been doing for some time, and it does look quite classy, of course. There is a little LED light here at the bottom for when you're charging it or when you open it and so on. You do get the USB Type-C charging port at the bottom, and there is a sync and reset button next to it, which is nice to see. And then, of course, when you pop it open, you will see the earphones in the case. Now, these earphones do look extremely similar to that of the OPPO Enco Air 3 Pro, similar sort of meshing on the ear tip and the overall design. But I'm happy to say that this touch control area, if you look at this, if you compare this to the OPPO Enco Air 3, it has a much longer sort of touch section. That is also because it does have slide controls as well. So you can slide up to increase the volume and slide down to reduce the volume as well, which is quite cool. Now, comfort-wise, this does come with a large driver, so it does have a large housing. But one thing I've noticed with OPPO is they somehow managed to design the housing correctly so as to not cause wear fatigue despite housing such a large driver. There are some other brands that make a lot more affordable earphones that have 13mm drivers, 12mm, 11mm drivers that have very large housings, and those can get uncomfortable after some time. This, on the other hand, I have worn for prolonged periods of time, and I usually get a little bit of pain in my left ear if the housing is too large, but this has not led that sort of pain to come into my left ear, which is quite cool. When it comes to its features, this is absolutely loaded as you'd expect. This comes with Bluetooth version 6.0. It's got about 6 microphones for its ANC and its ENC, so it's got a lot going on. But you also can control it via the app. Now, if you don't have an OPPO phone, you will have to download the Hey Melody app. So I'll throw that app up here on the screen so you can see what it's all about. So what's really cool is you can see the phone sort of, going around and around here. I wish you could sort of flick it about, but you can't. Then you can also go into the noise cancellation option. It only works when you're wearing it. And here you go into you can choose between high, moderate, low, or auto. And auto and high seem to have like a real-time fluctuation. I wish high was just a locked thing instead of real-time. But yeah, it is like that. And then you go on to off to switch everything off. In transparency mode, lets in the environment, but you can't control how much of the environment you let in via transparency mode. It's either on or off. When you take this off, it doesn't, these things don't work, ANC or transparency mode. I guess it's a way to preserve battery. And then dual device connection lets you, connect to 2 different devices. Now, dual device connectivity will not work if you're using the high-res codec. And then OPPO Alive, this is for if you want spatial audio. Spatial audio is great for if you want to use it for gaming or movie watching, TV serial stuff, and you want some space around you. You just switch this on and you get more of that sort of width in your overall music and media. I will talk about this in the chapter about sound. It's maybe not the best I've heard. Then you do get the Sound Master EQ. You get these different sounds you can choose from, these presets. Now it comes in ultimate sound straight out of the box. I have tested it on this. It comes with pure vocals, which boosts vocals, and thundering bass, which boosts the lower frequencies. Now what's cool is you can go into manual EQ, and what's cool about this is you get a plus minus 6 dB gain, and it's a 10 band EQ, so you can sort of figure it out and control it the way you want to. Nice that it's so extensive. There are some brands that only give you 3 bands, but 10 bands is great. Game mode, now you can switch it on and off here. You can do the low latency game stuff, and you can do the sound effects for shooting and games. Things get a little weird sounding, they're a little confusing over here, but I suppose it's something that might need a little work with another software update. I didn't quite like how they've tuned all of this, but I suppose somebody who's used it in the real world settings can let us know down below if you've used it for gaming, how your experience is. And then, of course, here's a Spotify tap. Now, you can customize one of the double, triple, or touch and hold to activate Spotify, which is cool, I suppose. Sound space is a cool feature if you just want to listen to pre-recorded sounds, so that it's, I mean, if you don't want to listen to music, you can listen to all these, summer, seaside, morning sunshine, these different audio sort of sounds that will calm you instead of music. There are some people that prefer this. And then, of course, you get Find My Earbuds. If you play this, it will squeak and squawk, so you can find it. Within more settings here, you can switch on and off your autoplay pause. You can switch on and off your Windows fast pair. Earbud fit test is cool if you want to make sure you've got the correct sort of ear tip on. The microphone on the inner part of the stem will sort of detect to see if there's any noise bleed in, which is cool. And then, of course, you do get your firmware update. This is, of course, on the latest software. And your quick guide. Now, when you move on to the earbuds control, here's where you can sort of customize all these sort of things. Now, single tap on either is just your play and pause. You can do double tap for all these different things, which is cool. Triple tap as well. And slide left will be switch track or volume control, which is cool. Touch and hold are all these other features you can do. So, it's quite extensive. You can sort of really customize whatever you want on either earphone. And also, when on call, you can ask it to answer and end calls or just decline calls and so on, which is quite neat. And yeah, that's about it for the app. Moving on to its active noise cancelling. Well, this does claim to cut out 55 decibels worth of noise, as well as it's got a wideband 5000 hertz sort of suppression, which is pretty impressive. Now, in the real world, it is a good performer. I'd say it does cut out good droning noises pretty well. Fan motors, AC motors. Even for that matter, if you are near a busy street, engine sounds, anything droning or humming, this does pretty well. Now, something to keep in mind is to look past all the marketing. A lot of people get obsessed with, this does 35 and this does 55 and so on. A lot of these manufacturers, usually when they give this number, it is one of the frequencies that they've checked in this 5000 band range that they've managed to drop at maximum. So the one frequency that has hit 55 dB in reduction, that's the marketing number. So the rest of the spectrum will not be that aggressive, but this is something to keep in mind. And these also happen to cancel out a lot of environmental noise cancelling if you plan on taking any phone calls. So here's a quick demo to show you how these earphones will perform in a very busy environment. So I'm calling you from the usual busy street I do all of my call tests from, just to give you a sense of how much noise these earphones are going to be battling. There are two-wheelers, three-wheelers, four-wheelers, trucks with pressure horns behind me, and also construction quite literally going on all around me. So these earphones do in fact have a lot to contend with. So now they do have 6 microphones. I do suspect that the algorithm on this is going to be superior to the previous generation or similar to that of whatever's in the market right now, but you'd be the best judge to see. So I have been on the camera microphone all this time, and I'll jump on over to the OPPO Enco Air 5 Pro mics right about now. So this is the overall vocal tonality you can expect with this set of earphones to carry on over to your recipient. Now, no doubt this is most likely the worst kind of situation you can be in where there's a lot of traffic movement. In fact, surprisingly, nobody is honked yet. I find that quite strange. But anyway, oh, there you go. But these, I do suspect, will sound good. But you let me know down in the comments what you think about this one's overall vocal performance in this kind of environment. It will do significantly better in a more controlled environment like at home or at office. Now, one thing I do like to do is I like to toggle between the ANC modes. I'll throw the screen up here for you to see. As you can see right now, I am on the noise cancellation mode. So right now, it is handling ANC as well as environmental noise cancelling because I am on this phone call with you. So I like to switch between these modes to see if there's an added stress on the hardware or the software. There are some earphones that shift in tonal quality when this pressure is put on them. You let me know down in the comments if you suspect it.
So anyway, right now it's on high noise cancellation, and let's move to low. So now I can hear a lot more of what's coming in. You let me know if you've heard a tonal shift in my voice, and I will switch back to high because it actually does a good job here with the lower frequencies. I can hear some road noise with the ANC. I will switch to off now. So right now the active noise cancelling is completely off. So I can hear whatever's feeding in. Again, you let me know if you've detected a shift, and I'll shift over to transparency mode now. So now I can, oh, everything is feeding in. I can hear myself clearly. I can hear everything that's coming in from outside, all these cars and all these sort of bikes that are going on the road. I can hear. And I will switch back over to noise cancellation before anyone blows their pressure horn. So, anyway, I do hope that this demo has given you a better understanding for these earphones. Do let me know what you think about their performance in the comments below. And of course, I'll see you in the chapter about sound.
These come with 12 titanium coated dynamic drivers, have a frequency response of 20 Hz all the way up to 40,000 Hz, and support the LHDC 5.0, SPC, and AAC codecs. Now, the Air Pro did support LDAC. I suppose a big reason why they shifted to LHDC is this is, I think, what the BBK phones are supporting. So I think it's pretty sad that they've shifted away from LDAC because that's kind of been the norm. It's, I think, a lot of phones do have that, or a lot of devices. But anyway, they've done it for whatever reason. Even that 20 to 40 kilohertz sort of frequency range, I think, is more so when it's on the LHDC codec rather than the SPC and AAC as well. Now moving on to its overall sound. Well, in terms of volume, this is a drastic shift from the old OPPO Enco Air 3 Pro. I have done a little bit of A/B testing between the two, and to me it seems that OPPO has just, well, it's gone BBK because it's tuned for more loudness and it's tuned for more bass. This is what Realme and OnePlus are doing anyway. The one thing that made OPPO different was that it stuck to its roots. OPPO has always had an audiophile heritage, but I suppose the BBK influence has kicked in. So it's kind of sad to see that. But I will say that volume wise, yes, it is significantly louder at lower volumes. It is generally a louder sounding set of earphones compared to the OPPO Enco Air 3 Pro. And I suppose the masses like that. I suppose this is what they want. They want more mass market buyers to pick up these earphones as well. And then when it comes to its soundstage and imaging, well, it performs much like I'd say the OPPO Enco Air 3 Pro did in terms of its overall soundstage. It is kind of similar. In terms of its resolution, its imaging, I would say that it does sound pretty clean for the most part. But whenever I did throw some heavier tracks at it with a lot of music going on, there's a lot of busy stuff going on, it did seem to start tripping up a bit. Now, this could also be because there is a possibility that the codec is limiting it in the sense where the stuff I listen to is normally high res. So the codec, if it's too small, it cannot transfer that amount of a high enough bit rate. It will tend to trip over itself. The driver will not give you the performance that it's capable of because the bottleneck is the codec. So this is something that I'd only be able to check properly if I had a device that had an LHDC codec, but I don't. And then moving on to the highs, mids, and lows. Well, it's definitely got very elevated low frequency for sure, straight out of the box on the normal EQ that you get within the Hey Melody app. The first thing that I notice is the bass and the loudness. The mid frequencies definitely have a recess, and the high frequencies are also boosted, like you do get with most earphones these days. Now the sparkle, the way the high frequencies have been tuned is nice. I do like how it's been tuned. It is soft, it is subtle. It's not elevated to an extent where it will cut through your ears. So the level of detail this is able to bring you at high frequencies does remind me of what OPPO used to sound like the Air 3 Pro for that matter. It somehow has a sense of urgency to it, but at the same time it's not aggressive. So it will not cut your ear, it will not hurt your ears, it will not cause fatigue. Mid frequencies are surprisingly enjoyable, especially with vocals. I have found myself enjoying a lot of male vocals. They don't sound thin to me. A lot of male vocals sometimes tend to sound recessed or nasal. with some earphones, but not with this. So I'm pretty sure OPPO has made sure that they retain a good amount of roundedness over here. Female vocals too, for that matter, I have enjoyed with these. I can't really fault it over there. In terms of the low frequencies, it's not so much that I don't like it. It is a fun sound. It is big. It is definitely more in your face than the previous gen. By previous gen, I mean the 3 Pro was. But there have been times when I've gone from listening to my setup at home where, everything's very well balanced. And then let's say I go and watch a movie in a theater. So let's say I've listened to the OST before watching the movie. And then if I go and watch it in a theater, suddenly it's just too much. There's too much bass. It's overdone, or you're sitting next to a subwoofer where you shouldn't be because you didn't get the middle seat. That's how this sounds. It kind of sounds like they've overdone the bass to keep you coming. It's trying to impress you. And what I liked about the OPPO Enco Air 3 Pro was that it wasn't trying to impress you. So that's my only real issue with this. But I will say, if you forget about the audiophile factor, if you forget about the fact that you want these earphones to sound as good as IEMs, which the 3 Pro did, this I'd say is catered more towards the person who does want that heaviness in the bass. They do want the loudness, and I've not tested the OnePlus Buds 4 or Realme Buds Air 7 Pro against this, but I do know for certain that this is more similar to those than it is to the previous gen Air 3 Pro. So if you are that person who does want an oomph in the bass, I do suspect this is cleaner sounding than the OnePlus Buds 4 and Realme Buds Air 7 and so on, because it does have that OPPO influence to a certain extent, but it seems to have been corrected in the sense where they have made it a louder set of earphones and they have emphasized the bass that much more. For that matter, if you go into the app and go into the thundering bass option, it does get even more accentuated, which I didn't think was possible, but it does that. Now, I did mention that I would talk about the spatial audio. The spatial audio on this is much like the spatial audio on the OnePlus Buds 4 and the Realme Buds Air 7 Pro that I have tested, and I have. And I can honestly say at this specific price range, it's all right. It seems to try and give you it's like someone's gone on a mixer and just whacked left and right channels to extreme left and extreme right, and they've hoped for the best for expanse in sound. That's not necessarily how you do spatial audio. There is only one set of earphones I found in this brand that genuinely does a very good job with spatial audio. So this is okay, I mean, at this price, but you do get things that are significantly better than this. I will let you know in the comments if you ask me which set of earphones there are. If you're a regular viewer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So anyway, to sum up, the OPPO Enco Air 5 Pro to me is a little bit of a letdown, not for the usual reasons. It's just that they've changed from what they were. It doesn't seem to be like the old school OPPO that knew they had audiophile heritage. This is almost like it's been tuned by, or the instructions have come from the marketing team saying, this is what we need, this is what the people like, this is what you need to do. And it sounds just like that to me. So to me, it's a little sad because there were very few brands that stuck to their guns about, their tuning and wanted to do absolute justice towards clarity, resolution, and just generally give you, proper, clean, good sound. This is just going to give you that, you want to have a party at any point, put these in your ear. I'll give you the bass you want. I'll give you a good amount of clarity, as much as you want. And I'm sure it will give you much better resolution and imaging with a higher res LHDC codec. So there you have it. If you do want to pick this up, I will mention the price. This does have an MRP of about, I think, 7,999. But it does come in a few different colors. I've seen pearl white and matte black. So the one that I have here goes for about 4,999, as does the matte black variant. So if you do want to buy them, I will leave their links down below, of course. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about it, let me know down in the comments. Let me know if you want me to compare it to the Air 3 Pro. Let me know if you want to compare it to the OnePlus Buds 4 or the Realme Buds Air 7 Pro. I do have these with me, so I can do these back-to-back tests. It'll be interesting to see what you guys have to say about it. If you bought the Air 5 Pro already and you do have any comments on it, please let me know down below. There you have it. That's my review on the OPPO Enco Air 5 Pro. And I do hope that I've helped you understand these earphones a little bit better and helped you make some sort of purchase decision. If you would like to help support the channel, I'm sure you know exactly how to. But of course, thank you for tuning in for some sound advice.